In other news, South Carolina is about to execute a man via firing squad. I think
that's a way better way to do it.
Tomorrow,
you think?
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah. Like you're out. That lethal injection thing, like no one's coming back. But I could see that just being like,
sometimes
he's totally peaceful, but it's like you're like burning alive from the inside or something horrible.
They're like paralyzing you and you're suffering terribly. Those things have been botched all the time because that's not actual medical personnel applying the lethal injection, because the actual medical personnel won't murder a person for the state. So it's just some guy that works for the prison injecting you, trying to find the right vein, etc.
Is it different than putting a dog down? Because that seems super peaceful.
Yes, it is completely different. They use a whole different batch of chemicals for some reason that I don't know. And so it often goes very poorly. There have been botched ones where they didn't kill him and they got to like come back and do it again, or where they can't find the vein and they're just jabbing this guy over and over. Whereas the firing squad, I don't know if it's like 5 or 6 guys or something, and they've got 308 rifles with hollow point ammunition aimed at your heart, and they're in the same room with you.
So you're dead immediately.
You're pretty much dead immediately.
I feel like I'd pick a good shot. Like, you right
here. Yeah.
Hey, someone aim high!
I bet you won't, pussy. just giant Agamon.
They showed the room. Zach, you could find a picture of where they're going to shoot this guy. It's like a chair they strap him to with sandbags around it. And then the family will be behind bulletproof glass watching from the side.
Ooh. Damn. Oh, the family of the victim of the killer.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure his family's invited too if they want to see some cool shit.
Is it like a range, or is it like
no,
it's just a room?
Yeah. It's like a birthday party down the way.
When I saw
it, easy. Give me another 100 meters.
When I saw this, I was like, that ain't safe. Like, there's no way this is safe. So they strap him to that chair, and then the guys are going to be across the room. They're going to shoot this guy. If they miss and hit the chair or like anything metal, and that bullet could come back and hit somebody, these people are plenty safe. But the people in the room with him, they're not safe at all.
Assuming that's bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have to tell you. After bullets hit things, I thought they just sort of disappeared until I fired tracer ammo. And then you see where they really go, which is just about anywhere.
Yeah, far and with velocity.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's
if you guys were all going to be publicly executed, how do you want to go?
Either firing squad or hanging. I think hanging's pretty good. I don't think you feel much there. They just snap your neck, instantly. So one of those, maybe hanging.
That's a scary lead up.
I can die any way I want. Maybe overeating.
Right? Well, public execution. They're
going to be maxing for 23 years now. We almost got this.
They give like one Oreo's poison, and you get to finish your final meal. That would be good. Ooh, but I wouldn't be in favor of that. It's too rewarding.
It wouldn't be rewarding at all. It'd be like 7. They would have a gun to the back of your head, feeding you some disgusting food. They're not going to give you good food, and they're going to say more, and they're going to torture you until you eat more.
You got to do it like that. Wait, this was dealing
because I'm executing you. I'm the executioner here.
I got to choose the execution method, and it doesn't.
You're being executed. You don't get to choose anything.
Actually, we could. That's how they get
choices.
Do you remember foie gras? Where they force feed geese a bunch of stuff to get their livers fatty, and that makes it tastier.
Yep.
We could do that with the prisoners. We force feed them and get tasty livers. It is inhumane.
Foie gras doesn't sound appetizing to me to begin with, but even if it were, I think that's too cruel for me. I've seen them force feed them, and it's really mean.
Ooh, I like the guillotine idea.
Yeah. Here's where that comes from. I saw a bad guy, presumably in Iraq, get hit in the head with a sniper, and I am forever left with the emotional scar of watching him snap from living to dead instantly. And I was like, I bet a guillotine's a really repeatable way to accomplish that. You just become dead right away.
I don't think you do, though. That's the thing. Like, you go on living for several seconds afterwards. As a head.
Most, right?
Well, there's been some discussion about that. There was this case where there was someone curious about that. I don't remember who, and they asked the person to be executed. They're like, if you're conscious when, I'm gonna pick your head up and everything, give me some blinks or something like that. And I don't remember how it went, but I think they determined that the head could be conscious for like several seconds.
Okay, let's do something similar to a guillotine, but use an anvil, right? That's got to click it off.
Okay, that 100%. That I can imagine being that scientist who's like, and I'm definitely going to get your head right after they behead you, and then it happens, and you're like, oh shit! Like I'm supposed to be checking. No,
Zach,
no,
see if you can find the helmet. This guy built a helmet back in the day. I think he had brain cancer or something, and he wanted to go out with quickly. So he built this metal helmet, and onto it were multiple ports in which went 12-gauge shotgun shells facing inward. He created a helmet that's very similar to how a nuclear weapon works, where you send all that pressure from multiple different angles and to one little spot.
It's literally a way someone dies in like Saw 5, like a bunch of shot. I'm serious, like the shotgun thing. How about you, Scott? How are you going to be killed publicly?
That's the inside of his helmet.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking the anvil thing. They could maybe play some Looney Tunes music after they do it. You know.
Oh yeah, keep it light.
That's all, folks.
If you Google helmet, you have to go to like the next page to get past Google trying to save me. Help is available. Lines, English, Spanish, 24 hours. It goes on and on.
That'd be fun. Searching like helmet on sale. Seriously.
Like Did you mean shopping?
You're being stingy with your.
Get the refurbished one. I'm not getting the new one.
Oh yeah. Just get half your head blown off and then you're retarded.
No, I think firing squads, there's like 5 different methods we use. And firing squad definitely seems like the best to me because electric chair is terrifying.
Yeah.
Lethal injection, they're going to mess that up. And I know some states hang still.
That's better. Hanging would be better than electric chair. And if what they say about lethal injection being super painful might be better than that, I don't know.
I think
but
so.
Dude, the guy who's like, if they tried to implement electric chair right now, immediately people would be like, the fuck is wrong with you? But like, it came about in a time where they're like, electricity, a boundless world of energy and possibilities. And so then they just snuck that past the goalie where it's like, what's this one do? Instead of shooting them, is it cheaper? No. What's better about it? You get to see the arc off his skin.
Not bloody.
You get to see him not be bloody. Yeah, that would.
I feel like the electric chair and lethal injection are for the audience more than the victim.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
criminals.
There's some blood for a for firing squad. There's blood, but like really, at least the guy's not suffering.
Edison wanted to back in the day. Thomas Edison. There was this thing between DC power and AC power. And I think Edison was a DC proponent. And he was saying AC was way too dangerous. And so to prove it, he executed an elephant with like 6,000 volts of alternating current in the city square. And it was the most gruesome thing you've ever seen. There's black and white video of it, I think. But he was like, you see how dangerous AC is? And I think people were like, AC power strong enough to kill an elephant. It was like, damn it, they took it the wrong way.
They took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Idea. I'm looking up worldwide methods for public execution. Where would you rank this in there? Stoning. Mauritania, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Yemen, Iran, Brunei, Afghanistan. Yeah, they all still do stoning.
I'm shocked that some of those countries.
I was going to say that's got to be a popular one.
Yeah. Have y'all ever seen it? I mean, because that's like a murderer's row of advanced good places. Yeah,
I've seen stoning, and it's slow paced.
Mm-hmm. You need a ringer out there.
Sometimes they have it. I saw one where it was like, oh, that wasn't too slow at all, was it? Everybody here's got a fucking contract if the Yankees see this. like there's this one where there must be 50 people surrounding this guy. And I say usually, I'm sure plenty of innocent people get stoned in the Middle East, but whenever I watch a video, they're like, this guy like murdered 3 children, or this. It's often like sex crimes and deviancy. And like when they start throwing, it's not like a stone here and there. It's not like let ye who without sin cast the first stone and like 1, 2, 3. It's like 50 stones, 100 stones, 150 stones. Like they're raining in so fast, it looks like a hailstorm. And he tries to cover up, but like people come in for coup de grace type, like slams on him with big rocks. It's rough to watch.
Yeah,
I would not pick that way.
They don't bury him or anything. It's just like, all right,
I've
stand
seen
right
that
there.
too.
Don't move.
I've seen them bury him in the sand with just their head sticking out too.
That's what I've seen. Yeah.
Well, I saw that on Ace Ventura.
The one I saw, like it's like it was a woman who was being stoned for adultery, and I don't know the case in this. Sometimes they're raped, but they're still guilty of adultery, and then they take it out on the woman anyway. And just it was like the first 27 stones that hit her didn't hit her hard enough. They just really hurt her, and then like kind of her misery was ended.
I've seen that where it's like you're in the middle of being stoned to death, and like you're getting winged off the kneecap, and like getting your collarbone broken and stuff. And it's like this is the worst method of
one of the worst
public justice or whatever.
It's definitely one of the worst that's still employed today in a pretty widespread kind of manner. The Middle East is wild, man. Aren't you glad we're over here?
It's nicer over here. Nobody's getting stoned.
I mean, somebody's getting stoned.
Yeah, not with rock.
It's Kyle hits the vape.
How about this? Death by animals. This was more ancient than it is now, but being crushed to death by elephants. I believe that was used in Southeast Asia, India.
They have them step on you? Would they like direct them to crush you?
Yeah.
So they'd lie you down and then they'd have the elephant step on you.
Yes. And they just crush you. I watched a video like 2 weeks ago of it. It was like some like bully beatdown style account on Twitter. And it was like showing this Indian guy on like a CCTV, like there's this elephant chained up with like 3 of its legs chained way too close together. So it's clearly having a little bit of trouble balancing. And then the other leg is like feeling around trying to balance better. And this guy's just behind him, like, yeah, just he's not trying to get the elephant to move. He's just being a dickhead, just smacking this elephant and poking it and prodding it and bothering it. And clearly not day one of this behavior. And then the elephant breaks out, kicks him, and then like tramples him to death in a way that like it's an elephant, so I should have anticipated this, but you die so easily to an elephant that's mad at you. This guy like got hit and like got hurt a little bit, and so he was bent over in the fetal position on his knees with his like back up. Good. And the elephant was like pushing a little bit on his back, like he's pushing on the back. The guy's head is here, and he was just kind of pushing, getting a feel for where the guy was, and then he just crushed him like a bug. I'm glad there was no audio in the video because it probably would have been more upsetting. But just watching him just go, like literally died like the South Park character. Like,
noise I would make if an elephant crushed me angrily. That's the noise I'd make. Yeah.